Suraj Singh Dhillon, Diljit Dosanjh, is a rich young lad who is quite desperate to get married. He looks after his father Gurnam's dairy. But due to his raw mannerisms, he is unable to impress any girl proposed to his family for an arranged marriage. His friend Sukhi, a filmy buff, suggests that he should create a bad boy image to wow girls as shown in latest flicks. Both go on a bad boy drive, breaking many rules and giving rise to varying comical instances. Unknown to them, this is all recorded by a private detective Madhu Mangal Rane, Manoj Bajpayee, who is known to perform background checks on prospective grooms. When Suraj and his family meet the next prospective bride, her family shows them the photographs of his bad boy drive and rejects his proposal. Gurnam, Manoj Pava, feels disgraced and leaves the house. Suraj then catches hold of Pandit Dubey, Neeraj Sood, who had earlier proposed this relation, and learns of Mangal's involvement. He decides to avenge the humiliation of his family and goes after Mangal. Mangal belongs to a middle-class family and lives with his younger sister Tulshi, Fatima Sana Sheikh, and his mother Rekha, Supriya Pilgaonkar. In a chawl, Tulshi is considered the epitome of traditional girls with good moral values as per contemporary standards by one and all. Suraj and Sukhi first do a recce of Mangal's office in disguise, and then, late in the night, raid his office. Tulshi, who has just returned from her late-night tuitions, sees intruders in his office and enters to check out what is happening. Sukhi immediately runs away, but Suraj's coat gets stuck in the door. Their eyes meet for the first time and Suraj is immediately struck by her beauty. When her family and neighbors gather at the office, Mangal correctly suspects that Suraj has been here when he sees his photo and file missing from the office. To avenge this nightly raid, Mangal mixes water in Suraj's milk cans the next day. Later, Suraj gets hold of a family photo featuring Mangal which they had earlier stolen from his office, and learns that Tulshi is Mangal's sister. He chases her and they meet at a cosmetics store and they have a casual chat. Suraj had damaged her moped earlier, and he tells her that he would get it repaired. On this pretext, he drops her home and obtains her phone number. The next day he takes her on a date on the pretext of handing over her moped back. Tulshi also starts warming up to his romantic advances. Mangal meanwhile has found 2 suitors for her and most likely she would marry one of them. Tulshi reluctantly agrees with her brother as most traditional girls are expected to marry a suitor, usually selected by someone elder in her family. Udharan Chenne. As their relation becomes stronger, Tulshi decides to reveal her profession to Suraj. She leads him and Sukhi to tuition class where she is supposed to teach, but exits from another door to a discotheque. Later they see her on stage in a fully modern avatar, completely contrary to her traditional personality. As a DJ, Suraj and Sukhi both enjoy her music, and Sukhi sees an opportunity for Suraj to get even with Mangal. Udharan. The next day the first suitor calls Mangal to reject his proposal after seeing Tulshi's DJ avatar in the newspaper. Mangal is thoroughly shocked and cannot come to terms that he was completely unaware of his sister's profession, which is considered unacceptable in contemporary society and prohibits Tulshi from pursuing her DJ activity. She is deeply hurt by this and seeks solace with Suraj, whose confession pushes her into further grief. Suraj, with persistent efforts, is able to win back her trust on the other side. Mangal comes to terms with his defeat and plans another act to get revenge. He meets Suraj's parents and proposes Tulshi's marriage with Suraj, which everyone agrees to, despite Tulshi and Suraj doubting this sudden change of heart. Udharan Chenne. On the day of their engagement, Mangal tricks Gurnam into talking about dowry, which he records, and has the Dhillons arrested for dowry. Tulshi is heartbroken yet again as she cannot approve Suraj asking for dowry and resigns her fate to Mangal, who arranges her meeting with the second suitor he had spoken earlier, and their marriage is fixed. In haste, Uddharan. After seeking bail, Suraj discovers that Mangal is in a romantic relation with a woman, Kavya, Neha Painse, who is married to AOCD-esque maths professor Chinmay Godbole. Vijay Raz. Seeking revenge, Suraj produces evidence of adultery to Chinmay and asks him to press charges of adultery on Mangal, which he refuses because he hates the courts where nothing is in order. Suraj realizes Kavya's plight and then tortures Chinmay by putting everything in sight out of order, forcing him to sign the divorce papers. On the day of Tulshi's marriage, Kavya rushes to Mangal and tells him that Suraj made her husband sign the divorce papers. Mangal, who was unsure of the match from the beginning, realizes his mistake and apologies to Tulshi and Rekha, and they flee from the marriage. They go to the railway station where Suraj is returning with his parents to their native place, forever to escape from the humiliation of their dowry charges. Out of desperation, Mangal pulls the emergency chain to stop it and searches for Suraj. He is able to finally reunite Tulshi and Suraj, but the TTE charges him for stopping the train. As Mangal has forgotten to carry his wallet, he is unable to pay the fine. When the Dhillons refuse as well, Mangal is sent to jail.